I'll be talking today about patent law and how it relates to the software industry. This issue has featured prominently in public discourse recently, and many people think the system is in need of reform. According to a blog article published in 2018, there are more than 500,000 court cases currently in the patent court's backlog. A major cause of this is the huge amount of frivolous lawsuits filed by people who are misusing and abusing the patent system. Many software patents are simply people or companies applying software to existing non-specific idea, such as Google's attempted patents on neural networks. I believe that these general non-specific patents on software are unethical due to the negative effect they would have on the software community and the world in general. I will be using rule utilitarianism to argue this point. So first off, to do this, I will have to come up with a moral rule such abstract patents fall under, and then universalize it and analyze the consequences. Let's say that a company should be allowed to patent a general idea applied to software. This is already universalized, so let's move on to the consequences. Some might say that such a rule would aid companies that file the patent first, and even give people more incentive to come up with ideas to apply to software. I would reject these and instead postulate that such patents, when viewed in the long run, would have a negative effect on the software industry and the economy as a whole. Imagine if Uber was the only company allowed to offer online ride services. It would be great for Uber and the people who owned it, but eventually, without competition, they would take advantage of their position and society as a whole would suffer. As for people finding and coming up with more new ideas to apply to software due to such a patent rule, I believe this is also not true. Society would suffer because people would be encouraged to merely file a patent for the first person who applied for that rule. They would not have any incentive to improve upon it or implement something better along the same line. And thus society would get worse services and suffer as a whole. So I believe that the consequences would be mostly negative, and thus, according to rule utilitarianism, such patents are unethical. Thank you.